Yo, was really good with these Taco Tuesdays, son. First last week, now this week. I don't know what kind of meat they be putting in them joints, but whatever it is, it ain't working out for us. Yo, what up, everyone? It's your boy Debo with Debo's Picks. I'm gonna recap my picks from last night's games, as well as go over my picks for tonight's NBA slate. So let's get right into it. Starting off with Steph Curry. We had his Taco Tuesday discount of 23.5 points. Unfortunately for us, he fell shy of that by a half a point. What's crazy about it is that towards the end of the game, he got fouled on a three-point attempt by Jimmy Butler. So I was like, I bet he's going to have three shots at the line. But Spoelstra called in a challenge. They reviewed it and they reversed the call. They called it a block shot on Jimmy Butler and that he hit his arm after the fact. So it was a turnover. He got the ball. They scored another basket, put the game out of reach, and that was that. And then we had Jimmy Butler going over 23.5 points. Same outcome. He finished shy of that by a half a point. And what bothered me mostly about this was that he was driving in the paint and passing it out. And when I'm saying driving in the paint, he had space to just do couple little teardrops right in. And he ended up just kicking it out to Strauss or the other cat, Duncan. And they were just hitting threes. So that really, really was frustrating to watch how passive he was, even when he had open looks. He really scored a lot of his buckets in the second half towards the end of the fourth quarter. So he waited till the end, and it was too little too late. And then, obviously, Andrew Wiggins, 4 rebounds. Very disappointing. I expected him to have 4 rebounds, and to me, that was going to be low by the first half. He had this for the entire game. His line opened up at 5.5. The books even knew it was too low. They bumped it up to 6. So we were on the right path. It just never came to fruition. And the crazy thing is, the outcome of the game determined the outcome of our picks. And I know a lot of y'all saying, no shit. 4 of your plays are in that game. But what I mean is, I didn't expect it to take the entire game for these 4 cats to go, or I should say three of these guys to go over their prop bets because Kyle Lowry did his thing. You know what I'm saying? I expected Steph Curry to go over this number easily, not wait until the end of the fourth quarter. Same thing for Andrew Wiggins. I expect him to have these rebounds by the damn third quarter, let alone not even reaching it at in the entirety of the game. And again, same thing with Butler. I didn't expect him to finish with just 23 total. I expect him to go over this number before the end of the fourth quarter. So it was crazy because if the foul would have stood and Curry would have hit all 3 of his shots, we obviously would have hit the over just on one of them, but it would have tied the game. It was like 30 something seconds left in the game. So we had a real good shot at it going into OT. And that could have opened up things for Butler to go over his points. All he needed was 1. And Andrew Wiggins grabbing 2 boards, which would have been like obviously a stretch considering how the rest of the game was going for him. But you never know. You know what I'm saying? The opportunity is always there, and that's all we needed, but we never got it. So we fell short. I really felt good that we were going to get a sweep on this one for real. And then Kyle Lowry, obviously, like I mentioned, he did his thing. And Kevin Durant, this dude was crazy because he was scoring like nobody's business. He had like 28, 29 points, something like that. He was stuck on that for like, it seemed like the entire second half. And he literally scored like 3 or 4 points in the fourth quarter and finally hit the over. So that was kind of weird. I didn't think we were going to have to worry about him, but it kind of seemed, I was like, what's up with this guy, man? His points ain't moving. He was bricking a lot, but I guess he ran out of gas. It was a back-to-back game. So he did go on a scoring barrage in the first half. So I guess that was that for him. So listen, man, as I say, these things happen. You know, we're going to take some losses here and there, but these are little jabs. These are little jabs because you know how we do. You know, we take these jabs, and then we just check them right in the face. You know what I'm saying? With an uppercut, a combo. And by that, I mean, we'll take these little baby losses, you know. Hopefully, y'all gambling within y'all means, you know, and just steady the ship because, you know, when we hit, we more than make up for the losses that we had the past couple of days. So with that said, keep your head up. Let's look into tonight's picks. Starting off with Giannis. Got him going over 32.5 points. Now, I know a lot of y'all probably like, oh, he had like 31 against him. This is cutting it close. Let me just break it down for y'all real quick. That game was an anomaly for him. Going up against Detroit, they're a poor defensive team. That's number one. Number two, Giannis only had 11 points in the entire first half. And that's not like Giannis, you know what I'm saying? he doesn't get 11 points in the first half, especially against a porous defense like the Detroit Pistons. So I expect him to dominate. Because think about it this way: he had 11 points in the first half, and he finished with 31 for the game. So you can see how dominating he can be. He got 20 points in the second half. So I do not expect him to come up with 11 points in the first half. I expect him to finish over this number. So give me Giannis over the 32 and a half. Jason Tatum, I tell y'all again, they keep disrespecting this man. And this is a Knicks fan saying this. Under 40 on his PRAs, I'm going to take it every damn day. Give me this over 38 and a half. Then I got Paul George. Again, no Kawhi. Houston, bottom of the league in defense as well. I expect Paul George to just dominate again. I think he's coming out now. He went crazy on them. He dropped like 35. He almost had a triple-double last game up. So I expect him to pretty much not duplicate those numbers per se, but I expect him to have a dominating game. His points are intriguing too. If you want to dive into that, I think it's at 23, 24 and a half, something like that. But I'm going to take his PRA because he's pretty much going to be the everything guy. Grabbing some boards, dishing them out, just dishing the rock, shooting the rock. So give me Paul George over 37 and a half. Then I got Jalen Brunson going over 18 and a half. I really try to stay away from any of my Knicks players, but you got a backcourt in Atlanta. They do not defend. These dudes are offensive-driven players. They do not guard. And if y'all watch basketball, y'all know the NBA, you know that these two cats do not guard. Trey does not guard for a lick. The dude is small. You can get by him. He's a terrible defensive player. I like Jalen Brunson to go over this number. I see him finish with 21 or more. Knicks, if you know the Knicks, obviously, you already know I'm a Knicks fan. I know them. They don't have a lot of offensive power. They're more of a try to lock you down defensive kind of thing. I know we got Randall, you know, we got a couple of guys, it's just Brunson is the leader. He's running point, and that's the weakest part of that defense. So give me Brunson going over this number. And then I got Şengün going over 8.5 rebounds. I love this cat. LA, they don't defend well against opposing teams in rebounding. I know he only had 9 the last time out against them. I don't expect him to have 9. I expect him to have more than that. So give me him over 8.5 rebounds. The other play I liked too was Jaylen Brown's rebound prop, a 6 going over. That was pretty interesting. If you don't like Şengün, if you don't have confidence in it, I'm going to ride with him though. I like his matchup. And I also like Julius Randle going over 8, I think it's 9.5 rebounds. So if y'all want to switch it up with one of those cats, by all means, I don't blame you. But I'm going to stick with Şengün to grab some boards against the Clippers. So best of luck, everyone. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.